Good morning. Today we continue our pilgrimage in Israel. We have spent the last 5 days traveling all over Israel, and today we kind of get to the centerpiece, if you will. Today we finally make it to Jerusalem, or at least close to Jerusalem. We are going to spend some time on the Mount of Olives. The Mount of Olives stands opposite Jerusalem. Jerusalem is up on a hill. The Mount of Olives is another hill, and the Mount of Olives looks across the Kidron Valley to Jerusalem. Today, when we stand on top of the Mount of Olives and look across, we see that gold dome of the Dome of the Rock, which is a Muslim holy place, but it's up on the Temple Mount. And in Jesus' day, right where the Dome of the Rock is, he would have seen the temple, and it would have been the temple renovated by Herod, gleaming white in the sunshine, almost brilliantly white, almost maybe blindingly white, looking across at the temple. At the top of the Mount of Olives, there is a little chapel, Dominant Flavit, which means God weeps. And it is there as a reminder that on Palm Sunday, as Jesus is making his way into Jerusalem, he stops there on the Mount of Olives. He looks across at Jerusalem, and he begins to weep for Jerusalem. Now, you may know the shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept. That's actually not here. That's in John, where Jesus weeps at Lazarus' tomb. But this is another instance in which Jesus weeps. And this time he says, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, would that I could be like a mother hen and gather you under my wings. But you are the one who killed the prophets and stoned those who are sent to it. You are unwilling. And so he weeps over Jerusalem, their unwillingness to ever having listened to the prophets, their unwillingness to let him gather them under his wings. And I just love that passage. I love that little church. The church is shaped on the outside like a teardrop to make the point. And on the inside, on the altar, there is a beautiful mosaic of what should be a mother hen, even though it actually has a comb on its head. So Franciscans that built the chapel just couldn't push the feminine image far enough, I guess. It was a little bit too much for them. So it's actually a rooster with its arms around her, its wings out for the chicks. But what Jesus is saying here, of course, is giving us this wonderful feminine image of himself and of God, saying, I just want to care for you. I want to nurture you like a mother hen would nurture her brood. I think this is an opportunity for us to hear Jesus weeping as well. Weeping for us because we're going through a difficult time. We're going through a difficult time in our world with the coronavirus, and of course the other world problems that we had before that are still there. Going through a difficult time in our country as we are trying to once again figure out how can we have a society that is truly just. We maybe can pass some laws and make some changes, and I hope that we do and trust that we will. But even more importantly, we have to change our hearts. And I sense Jesus saying, I want to gather all of you, just like a mother hen gathers her brood underneath her wings. This is an opportunity for us to run to Jesus. To run to Jesus because we're scared. To run to Jesus because we need that mothering influence. To even criticize. I need you all to get along. I expect you all to get along. I expect you to treat your brothers and sisters correctly. We need that guiding influence of Christ. If there is any hope for the world, we have known this for a long time. It will come from people of faith, looking to God for help, for hope, for strength, for courage, and then doing what we need to do those things. So on this day, as you are perhaps getting ready for the day or engaged in your day a little bit, spend a few moments simply enjoying the fact that Jesus is allowing you to be gathered there under his wings, in his arms. Maybe even spend some time meditating that, just imagining yourself in the arms of Jesus. And recognize that Jesus doesn't only offer us comfort, but also challenge, as any good mother or father does. And so hear whatever word of challenge or instruction or purpose that Jesus has for you this day. And go out and do it. And make this world the world that Jesus wants it to be and expects it to be, and is asking you and me to help make it. We know this wonderful truth. God is with us. Amen.